Hello, Mr. Tasteless. As we try to
Hello,
start
Gemini.
this podcast, what is the episode, like 8, I think it is, of the After Dark podcast.
I think so.
Welcome.
We've got our matching beanies on.
That's true.
I'm
We are the
glad.
Beanie
We
Babies
looked at
right now.
we are the beanie. We looked at our calendar. We said, "Oh, Black Beanie Day."
Yeah.
So
It
here
is-
we are.
It is very cold right now in Seoul and also in this building.
Yeah. So we haven't been in the. This is the RSL studio where we record the seasonal stuff. We haven't been in here for I guess over a month now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird coming back in here. It is freezing outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty damn cold here in the studio.
Yeah, we don't really have a space heater in here because we haven't really been casting here during
Yeah.
the winter.
I
We
think
don't
we might
really
have to get one.
have a reason. Even I remember Sturgeon even said this at like one of the last days where he's like, "Oh, we really need a space heater in here for the next month or whatever." And we're like, "We're not going to be in here. Like,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
need a space heater." And now here we are doing this
Now we are.
podcast, and we're just icicles.
We need one space heater. You got the TV not behind you. I need one space heater right here to keep me warm.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, we're going to be the Beanie Babies for today.
that's right. We don't have it on camera here, but off camera to the side, the entire set that we carried to
Yeah, yeah.
the RSL offline studios, all the equipment's like piled up over there. So I think probably sometime next week we're gonna have to rebuild the set
Yeah.
and
Organize
plug everything
a little
back.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's a little bit
kinda-
of a mess at the moment, but
We had to move a lot of stuff off camera here, so
Yeah,
it looked
yeah.
a little bit cleaner. But yeah, we're back here, man. 2026.
yeah, man, 2026, we're into the second year of RSL. RSL
Yes.
year 2. Holy schmoly, it's going to be cool. Last year was pretty sick. I mean, we had so many crazy things. The fact that we kind of started from nothing and then just ended up going all the way to the actual LAN finals that we did was pretty sick, I think.
It's insane. Like, I don't know. I mean, for me, this has been a huge year. Like, I've been casting for I'm 41. I've been casting since I was about 20, and I've been in esports, like going to tournaments and competing in StarCraft and other games since I was 14 or 15. But this is a huge step. I mean, coming out and deciding to put this together. Honestly, this has been one of the best decisions I could have ever made. I kind of wish we did this earlier.
Yeah.
Sometimes when there's really bad stuff happening, it kind of forces you into things you wouldn't have normally done. Like when the pandemic hit, I kind of wanted to get into streaming, but I was so busy with casting and I kind of put it aside. I had streamed a little bit before that and I thought, no. And then the pandemic hit and I lost all my work.
Yeah.
Because at that time I was making 60% of my money working at overseas events, like leaving the country once or twice every month. So then it forced me to stream, and I'm like, oh, I like streaming. This is great. Okay.
You're not playing the Heart of the Swarm campaign anymore. You're doing what you want.
No. Well, that is one of the things with streaming is just play literally exactly what you want.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
try to be oh, the audience kind of wants this. Just make it something you can enjoy. But then obviously we had no announcements forever. How long was that for EWC?
It was 8 months or
I think it
something
might have
like
even
that.
been 9 or 10.
It was a crazy long time.
So it was an insane amount of time, and I thought, fuck, I really want to keep doing this. And so when I moved out here, my goal was to put StarCraft on TV in English, and I wanted to figure out how to do that. And part of me doing that was I ended up becoming a caster and hosting and then promoting it overseas. And then I think somewhere in there, in people's eyes, I turned into a caster and not like a person that helped put this stuff on TV.
Yeah.
And then I was treated like I was just a caster, as an example, by EWC. I don't know what's going on with them. I'm not a part of that conversation. And so I thought, okay, somehow I've gotten into this position where I'm beholden to other people deciding what happens with my future.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks. And I don't have to do that. And so, we had talked about this, you and I and the rest of the guys, about why don't we just actually make a tournament? Why are we leaving this up to Korean companies or overseas companies or Blizzard? And we decided to do it. Artosis and me had a huge amount of success with the ASL Patreon. And so I thought, okay, well, I would assume we can get the same or more, maybe even less, I don't know, if we did a StarCraft 2 style thing. And we can use that money to then build the show.
It was kind of cool just watching all that happen. It was kind of interesting because we didn't know how much money we would actually be able to raise when we started it. well, like we had a general idea, like you're saying, like we think it could do this, you know, based off the ASL Patreon and, you know, other certain things within the community. But then it's hard to actually know. Like when we actually press the go live button or whatever on that Patreon, we were all just kind of like, well, okay, well, do we get money?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
do people
well,
actually want to give us stuff to just talk about StarCraft? Like, I don't know.
It's scary too because it's also not clear how fast it's or not fast it's going to grow.
Yeah.
When does it slow down? Will it slow down?
When will it ramp up?
When will it?
Because I feel like that first day when it like got like a little bit,
Everybody
and then
was
everyone was like,
demoralized.
"Oh my god, no!"
I think I was the only
we
person
shouldn't have
who-
done this.
Yeah, I think we got like maybe $1,600 a month or something.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
like, oh, we just can't fucking do this. Like,
We really overestimated your name, Tasteless.
Yeah, we need to just flee the situation. Yeah, no, I mean it was like kind of scary because, like, okay, so in my head, here's what I was thinking is, okay, if we don't raise almost any money, I can do it out of my streaming room,
Yeah.
right? Like you've done some casting out of my place. We did the SC Evo stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it kind of works. Like it's very crammed. That room in my streaming setup, it's extremely small.
It's so tiny.
It's so tiny. It's tiny if it's just
I'm on
me.
this like plastic folding chair or whatever.
We have
It's
to use
like-
folding chairs because we won't fit in there otherwise.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, well, we can do that if that's what it's going to be, right? But what I wanted to try to do was at least have something that felt well produced. I knew we would not be able to do like a yearly offline, sorry, not a yearly, like a year-long
Yeah.
offline thing because that's literally millions and millions of
Yeah.
dollars.
It's an incredible amount of money.
If we get millions and millions of dollars, we'll do that. But
Yeah.
we don't have that right now.
Anyone listening?
Yeah. So, you know what I had hoped we would be able to do, which turned out to be the case, was we could just build a set here and have like an in-house production, and then you know, one of the major expenses, and I only learned this from just being at a lot of live events, is that excuse me, having the players physically there. I mean, that's hotels, that's tickets, or the teams have to front that. I don't know if they can do that.
Yeah.
That space, obviously having an audience is expensive. So I thought, okay, well, we can do production. Let's start with this little space. And then we eventually, after about maybe 10 days, we had enough money. We were then able to look at what we had and go, okay, now let's assume that this stays about the same every month. How much can we make with that? And so, yeah, I mean, to get back to your original point, like the first couple of days were pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
pretty scary. There was also confusion because we set a prize pool and like an amount before we knew how much money we got.
Yeah.
So then we raised more than we expected. So then people were like, well, why is this number so? And we're like, okay, why is this number so low? Because we didn't know how much we were going to get, but we had to have like some kind of a watermark.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then you know, from there it kind of came down to yeah, like, okay, so now we have this. Now we have to figure out, like, what does this tournament look like? And where are we going to build the set? And how much is that going to cost? And how can we do that affordably?
Yeah. Well, what was it like actually like scoping this place out? I mean, we're here now. We kind of are used to this space. It's kind of weird that this, like, even just 1 year ago, like right now, we didn't even have this space. And we're just kind of right here. We're just doing it. It's like totally feels normal now. Like, I mean, I remember when you first brought me in here to look at the building and everything, it was just like, oh my God, this is going to be so cool. Like, we just are going to have this.
Yeah.
And we can just do whatever we want with it.
So I have, you know, we're good friends with Core A Gaming out here, which they're like, Core A Gaming is the biggest fighting game YouTube channel, I think, in the world. So definitely check their stuff out if you haven't. But Gerald, who runs the channel, also has a production company. And they were able to help us basically scout out a spot. And so without doxing the location, I mean, we're in a college part of town, so it's like it's fairly affordable.
We're in the presidential area.
Yeah,
we live right next to
We're in
EJ
the
Young.
presidential suite of the Hyatt right now. So we found like a spot that was of modest size, I would say, but it was kind of exciting to go in there. And it's like this empty room, got a little bathroom just behind this TV where Gemini is. And we kind of looked at it and we're like, okay, I think we can kind of start to build a set here.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was very cool. a little scary. You know, like we're gonna.
You just don't know if it's gonna work. Like you always like you have the idea and you look at it like, no, this will be cool. Like we'll have like the thing, the
it looks like we can build a desk over here.
We'll do the
I think we can put
there,
production
yada, yada.
computers here. I guess the camera goes over here. There's little lamps on the ceiling here, and what we did is we took out all the light bulbs in those lamps because we don't want someone to come in when we're filming and turn the lights on and it messes up the lighting. So we looked at that. We thought, okay, we can do that. It did come with an old refrigerator that we kept.
That thing is legit, man. I'm so happy we have that. The amount of
that's full of energy drinks and tea and water. And then once we had it, it came down to kind of getting all the set parts. So we had a special desk built where we could put the monitors inside the desk. The same you'd see at like a GSL or like any esports broadcast, basically, where the monitors are kind of embedded in the table. We had talked to we had a connection to a guy that builds sets on Netflix, and so the background that you see for RSL, we had that custom built, and we got that a lot cheaper because we used cheaper materials. Originally, the materials we would have, it would have costed like twice as much. So the materials are actually very fragile, so we have to be careful when we back the chairs up that we don't just like cave in the whole set.
It looks cool as hell, though. I absolutely love
good.
how it looks.
Yeah.
Like, I think the whole idea of it was like to do a kind of like harken in a Dune kind of feel.
Kind
I think
of
is what we mentioned.
Brutalist architecture. Yeah, and then we would take advantage of the way it's textured, that we could have lights hit it from different angles.
It looks so cool. I love the way that the light reflects off of it and the fact that we have the lights that can change the color, so it just makes it so different each time. It's so cool.
When we brought it in here and set it up, I'm like, oh my God.
It's happening.
It's happening.
And even when the lights weren't on perfectly yet, I was just like, oh my God, it looks so sick.
Yeah.
And then they turned the lights on, I was like, oh my God.
Well, it's crazy because if you've ever been on any kind of TV set, it never looks as good as it looks on camera. It's a whole bunch of lights and weird angles and but once we had it all put together, it came out pretty well. And then we bought the streaming PCs. We bought little simple desks to set that up. The main camera we have is pretty expensive, but we're only using one camera for the first year. So why not just get that out of the way?
There's a lot of upfront costs that come with just setting everything up, and then afterwards it just kind of rolls from there.
And then I guess the question is, can we enhance it somehow? Do we want like a second camera? Do we want to try? I don't know. Can we build it out, or what makes sense? What's good for the show? But yeah, now that we have it set up, it's really nice. It was not an easy setup.
Yeah,
we had a ton of problems the first week, which I kind of expected because every event I've worked at, from BlizzCon to EWC, I think I'm moving out of the light here. Sorry, from BlizzCon to EWC, the first day you do any event, there's like shit going wrong. And people are screaming at each other, and as a commentator, I've just gotten used to, like, it's going to be cringe and awkward. Like, you're going to be on camera for too long, or there's not going to be a scene that's going to come up, and it's like, okay, that's just part of the job. But when we put this together, the scary part was, like, something goes wrong, and I'm still casting. I don't know what the problem is, so I'm watching you guys run around. And people are freaking out. We had the sound... the soundboard crash.
The mixer crash. The internet went down a couple times.
For some reason, the first day, we lost internet twice, I think.
I was actually at work. I wasn't.
There was one day we had to delay the show because the internet just wouldn't work, and that was so scary. So we bought a second broadband provider.
Wasn't it the problem though that it was just like the router was like in a weird position and that somehow made the internet not work or something?
I can't remember.
It was.
I just remember
there was some
when
really strange problem that happened. That's like, what
somebody
the heck?
figured it out, or somebody had plugged something into the wrong socket. Then, but everything's fine now. So, what's been crazy for me to experience is that it went from like an empty room and nothing, or even like an empty Patreon, or like one that didn't exist, into okay, now we have this space. Now we've got it. And honestly, now that we kind of know the equipment and we know the format of the show. We're getting the handle on production. Now you kind of come in here and you turn the lights on, turn the cameras on, and it just works. Just like we did for this podcast setup.
You just walk in.
You walk in.
It's all here. We just talk into some microphones, and then it's the greatest time ever.
So that's it's been kind of like a feels like a miracle.
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
incredible.
I mean, we've had a ton of great matches throughout last year, whatever. It's been great fun to be able to just have like sets of games that are like it's ours, kind of. When you think about it, it's like we casted them. It's our tournament, and like it's kind of part of our identity a little bit. I mean, we were talking a little bit about like some matches that we thought were pretty fun throughout the year, whatever. What was the one that you thought was probably the best from our first year?
I think Mario Hero season 3 finals. I mean, we got a lot of games out of them. It was close. The games were different. They were interesting. As far as like good StarCraft 2 games, that was by far my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, it was just crazy that it was like literally a best of 17.
Yeah.
Just like nonstop. It was just
I'm really happy with this format change we did where we have a best of 7, and if the guy from the losers bracket wins, it's a best of 3.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so much better.
I do like it.
This is kind of funny, but like we were so caught up with building the set and getting the equipment and getting production streamlined. I don't think we gave a lot of attention to the format of the tournament for the first season.
Yeah, yeah.
And then once we were done, we talked about it. We were like, yeah, I mean, if you have a loser's bracket, there has to be some kind of a... You can't play the perfect run in the winner's bracket and then just lose a best of 7 and be out.
Yeah.
But I also do feel like in a lot of... this is true for StarCraft 2, but I think it's true in esports in general. It's like sometimes people think... How do I say this? In my view, I think sometimes less is more. Like I feel like if this was any other event in the world, the reset would have been another best of 7.
Yeah.
Or another best of 5.
Or best of 9.
It's a best of 9. That's what EWC does. And I mean, a best of 9, man. The problem, okay, so a lot of games is good, right? And I also appreciate the fact that the longer the stream's on, the more viewers you get, the bigger it gets, the more numbers you pull in. But when you get to like, even with best of 7s, this is an issue because that's the common, even in StarCraft 1, which used to be best of 5s, now is best of 7s, is you rarely get a 4-3.
Yeah.
You rarely get it. In the history of all the best of 7s, it's mostly 4-1s and 4-2s. And obviously a 4-1 and a 4-0 are just anticlimactic, and it feels drawn out. And when you go to best of 9s, I mean, you need to get a 5-4 to make it close.
Yeah. It's so hard to get there.
Yeah. So what we did is we took a best of 7, which people are used to, and then we turn up. We turn up the volume with a best of 3. Now it's really simple to follow. It's not a lot of games.
It's really high stakes when you think about it, too. It's like if you actually get the reset, it's like you don't have anything to mess up at this point. Like you don't get that whole extra leeway of an extra best of 7 or an extra best of 5. It's like you have to lock in for 2 games, and all of a sudden it could just be over out of nowhere.
Exactly. And also by then the players have played against each other so much.
Yeah.
The idea of even trying to reintroduce an entire other series, it doesn't even really make sense.
Yeah.
Like a best of 5, 7, 9, whatever you want to call it. That the argument for those is that players have enough games and enough time to read each other that the better player wins.
Yeah.
So like if you play somebody who's worse than you in StarCraft and they take 1 game off you, a lot of times within 3 or 4 games you start to beat them, assuming you're better. You'll just keep beating them.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why we don't just do best of 1s. But yeah, to have like a best of 5 reset or a best of 7, now we're just kind of dragging this out. And I also feel like in general in esports, there has been an issue that's come up where the audience, their time almost isn't respected.
Yeah.
As much. Like it's hard to keep up with stuff.
There's a lot. There's a lot
There's
of
a
things.
lot.
Like even when I watch CS, it's like some of these tournaments, they are lasting like for 12 or 13 hours on the first couple days because there's so many matches. And
Well,
it's like
and here's the
I can't go back and watch any of this. Like I have to pick and choose what I actually watch.
Exactly. And that's fine, I guess, if it's like a weekend tournament because they have the venue. They need to maximize the time. But if it's going to be regular, like I casted Valorant in Korea for a couple years, and that was I think it was 5 days a week. Like each day would be like 9 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, who is this for? It's on 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on 5 days a week all year, but it's on enough. I'm like,
Yeah, I'd be like looking at work on my phone on the 5-minute break or whatever, just to look at Twitter, just to see like the couple highlights of who's like winning in the match or whatever.
Because there's no
and
way.
It's like I can't do anything else. It's like I can't watch any of this because it's just at a terrible time.
It's like when someone tells you like, oh, you need to like watch this show, and it's like 8 seasons long, and you're going, okay, you're asking me to commit let's say it's an hour an episode, 10 episodes. It's like, that's 80 hours. You're asking me to give up 80 hours of my time. You know,
that was like you when you were telling me to watch Game of Thrones for the longest time,
I was
like, no, I'm not gonna.
He has not watched Game of Thrones,
dude.
guys.
This is the argument.
That's the only show where it's okay.
I have to take so much time to watch this goddamn.
You just need to watch
thing.
season 1. All right,
just
I take
the
it back.
first season.
You know what? Actually, RSL is going to be 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You've convinced me otherwise. No, but you know, there's a point where there's so much out there.
Yeah.
That like, you know, can't you just curate the best stuff for me?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. And so, yeah, that's what we were kind of thinking of with the finals. Now, we did learn through the process of doing RSL that the first 2 seasons, the last day was too short.
Yeah.
So we didn't get it every time, but we got Twitch front page a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like hour and 25-minute finals or something like that.
We're like panicking back here. We're like, God, dude, we're gonna finish this finals before the front page time.
Yeah. We're like, we need to at least like run more commercials. We need to like buy more time. So I think what we're gonna try to do, and I need to meet with Ziggy after this. Ziggy's sick, by the way. He was supposed to be here today. We hope Ziggy feels better, but I'll do a phone call with him. But I want to figure out a way to have each day be a length of time that also makes sense. Because like, even though I was just kind of speaking against like, oh, the stream's on forever, and then you don't have, you know, people can't consume the whole thing. You do want it to be long enough that
there's
people
a middle
find
ground
your
to
finals, and you need to stack those numbers and show them to sponsors. So I think we'll probably have like during the finals day, maybe like the losers bracket finals, or it might be longer than a normal day. But I want to have the final day be something where if someone wants to tune in and they want to give us their time to watch our thing, they can take that period of time off and watch the whole thing and have a morning or an evening or whatever they're watching.
It should be like a big shebang kind of thing for the final day. Like it feels correct to do that, whereas trying to make it like maybe the most efficient for like how the bracket works isn't maybe worth it. Maybe it's fine to just put one extra match in the last day or something, but we're still kind of figuring out how we want to adjust that. So
yeah, exactly. I think we've got a little bit of a longer runway here. This was another challenge for RSL was we start in May last year. We had 8 months.
The first broadcast, or like when
we launched the Patreon.
I think we launched it in April.
You're right, April.
Yeah.
So that was not a lot of time to put this together.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Esports World Cup did happen.
Yeah, which we didn't think it was.
Which we didn't think it was going to happen. So we're like, okay.
Hey guys, let's make this tournament because EWC is maybe going to be gone. And then it's like, hey buddy, I'm still here. Like, what are you talking
about? I'm like, I go to Saudi Arabia too.
Oh no.
So we had that problem. So then we had to figure out, okay, now we gotta squeeze this season in, and the offline finals, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have a better runway to kind of spread things out.
Yeah.
And I do want to have a little bit of downtime in between each season so we can figure out. Also, people need to I don't know, if Ziggy needs to go back and visit family, you should have a week
he
or
needs
two.
to stay here forever.
No, he needs to stay here.
Lock his feet onto the ground.
Put the ankle bracelet back on Ziggy. He's not leaving until 2027. So we have we're gonna have the schedule a little bit more smoothed out. We'll have that announced for everybody coming up here.
Yeah.
And then we had to do the offline event at the end of the year.
And that was a undertaking of its own, we can say.
Yeah.
Lots of things that we had to figure out for that. I mean, actually seeing it all kind of come together was honestly, I would say it actually went much smoother than I maybe anticipated. But it was still a crazy thing that we were able to actually pull that off, I would say.
Yeah. Well, so that was by far the scariest, most stressful thing for me personally. I think for all of us, honestly, because I'm not afraid to cast. I'm not nervous. Every time before I have a broadcast, I'll have a little bit of adrenaline and just be like, no, every time I've done this, it's gone fine.
Yeah.
My body's getting geared up to do the work I do. And I'm not really that afraid of just production stuff and equipment because this is also kind of what I do. And I stream, right? But when it comes to live venues and doing all that stuff, that's not really my wheelhouse. So I've been, since I was about 20 years old, flying to events and working on sets. But I was not in charge of the equipment. I was not in charge of the venue. I was not selling tickets. And so that was the undertaking that had to be taken on. Now, the advantage that I think we had is that I know all the people that run these esports venues out here. Like I've been in Korea for I think almost 18 years, so like they all know me. So like we went down and talked to the guys, and we scoped out what we thought we could afford. One thing that's exhausting about that is like everything in Korea can be negotiated.
Yeah.
I almost wish it was a little bit more like, you know, if you go to Germany, like things are set in price.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, but Korea, like everything, so there's like so much haggling that's involved in stuff. But yeah, we scoped out what I thought was a great venue called The Big Place, where we filmed the offline finals. But yeah, that was an undertaking. It went fine.
It was great. It went
so
fine.
Great. I was. So my fear was that, like, you know, we obviously got a lot of attention, and I think, frankly, some people in the scene jealous that we were able to pull this off, and thought that we would not be able to take on something of this scope, both regular seasonal stuff, which we did, and then the offline event.
Yep.
So I think there were certainly people that were hoping to see us fail, or assuming we couldn't do it, and so my fear was like, okay, well, I want this to work. And I also have done enough live events that I know that like things always go wrong. And that like it's hard to stop. But usually what you do is you put out a couple of fires early on, and then it's fine.
Yeah.
By the time people tune into the finals, there's no hiccups, there's no problems.
Yep.
There was like no problems at all with this.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was so unbelievably smooth. I mean, we also were able to fly out one of the producer that helped us, Salil.
Yeah, so we
he was just absolutely incredible.
He was a godsend. So Salil produces Smash events, as well as he's done some StarCraft 2 events. He's a StarCraft 2 fan.
Yeah.
In Canada, and so we had a relationship with him. So we used the budget to fly him out and put him in a hotel. And that made it a lot smoother. Like we kind of produce it on our end over here, but that's like, you know, hitting buttons with the Stream Deck.
Yeah, it's a different
The
beast.
production in RSL, like in the studio room that we're in, is very simple.
It's
by design. By the way, contrary to what most people will tell you, like most of esports production, once you get the game sound right and everything's smooth, is simple because people are just watching the game, and you have a couple cameras up there. It's not like it's a red carpet event where you're constantly moving, or like a live sports broadcast where there's like people are constantly having to move cameras and do this and that. So there's parts where it's produced like a TV show, and then there's parts where you're basically watching Mapu observe the game, and we have a couple of overlays.
Game end. Okay, boop.
Yeah, boop. All right, let's go to this next scene. So, yeah, I mean, when we got the live thing set up, we had Salil produce it, which he did a great job. And then half the staff that we had to use was people that own the venue.
Yep.
So it was definitely a bit of a language barrier. The Korean guys did not speak English.
Yeah.
We had, you know, obviously Salil did not speak Korean.
Yeah.
But it worked. We had rehearsed it enough. We had done enough that it was fine.
Yeah. Ziggy's a master of the Korean language as well back there with his headset.
He was,
his great headset, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm glad Ziggy's not here to hear this because he'll get mad at me. But he has dreamed of just, you know when you watch these ESL events and there's just like a German guy with a headset walking around? That's all he wants to be.
That's what he envisions, man.
Some people want to be astronauts or CEOs, and Ziggy wants to be an ESL guy with a headset on, with a mic
with the mic that can flip up and down.
Maybe a clipboard, that can flip up and down.
One ear is not actually the headset. It's a one-ear headset.
Because he needs to hear what the players are saying.
Yeah.
So, So by the way, Ziggy, people probably don't know this.
Dude,
I feel like people don't actually see Ziggy that much.
No, they don't. But he's just here for the podcast every now and then.
Yeah, and then he's sick today, obviously. But,
yeah.
No, like he's like fluent in Korean.
Yeah,
he's been studying Korean for like 7 or 8 years, and so he's getting his PhD in that.
And he's European, so they just learn languages like nothing, anyways.
Yeah, where Americans are morons.
Yeah, we can't even.
I studied like French for 6 years.
Yeah.
I don't.
I did German, and I barely remember anything throughout middle and high school.
Every time I was in a language class, I was like, "Get me the fuck out of here! I don't want to do this." So his Korean's very good, and he was able to communicate with staff and stuff. But yeah, you know, when we got the Big Place venue, it's crazy because you go into it and it's empty, just like this room was.
Yeah.
Right? Like people probably have not seen the GSL studio when it's empty, but it's the same thing. Like there's a wall that's a screen, and then there's nothing.
The lights are off.
There's lights on the ceiling, and there's just nothing there. And so it was kind of weird because I went in there and I'm like, this is what we can afford. First of all,
Yeah.
it was one of the cheaper, and we negotiated it down a little bit. But it was like one of the cheaper venues. Not that it's bad.
Yeah,
I mean, you can get really expensive places in Seoul, like places that are basically like sports arenas. But yeah, it's empty, right? And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, is this gonna look like shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this gonna just look like
Are we gonna
be
just
some
look ghetto?
Mickey Mouse StarCraft 2 tournament like that just is gonna be a laughing stock? And then we so we went through all the normal procedures. Like okay, how many seats? How many people can we fit in this? Where if there's a fire, people don't die when they're trying to escape. How much?
That's such a funny metric.
Yeah. How many? How much room do we need for sponsorship booths? We had a tape measure. We measured all that out. Okay. The venue came with 4 vacant rooms, besides the big room where everybody's in. So that, so we had one room that was the makeup room, one room that was just like the room that players or commentators or people on break could go to, and then a bigger room that was there with the practice PCs or PCs for matches that weren't going to be on the stage.
Yeah, the backstage.
Which we locked you in, by the way.
Yeah, I was.
Gemini was so sad, by the way. He was.
I
Like,
wasn't
he was,
that sad.
He was
No,
like
I
ready
was
to
fine.
cast it. We were like, listen, you're going to go to this room where there's no cameras and there's no glory, and you're going to keep your mouth shut.
And
all right?
you're
And
going to
answer
stare
questions.
at pro gamers play games
Yeah.
and write down scores.
And when programmers say that their mouse doesn't work, you're going to go over there like this. You're going to hold their mouse. You're going to move around. You're going to tell them they have time to fix it.
There was a mouse problem back
Yeah.
there that was just not working for a while, and we were just
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, this is not what." Then someone's chair, like the fucking floor in that room, like for some reason it was like slightly tilted, so the chair was
yeah.
like moving.
Yeah.
and we had to like
You have to, like,
stuff
stuff a
piece of
magazine
cardboard.
under there.
We literally had to put a
Yeah.
thing of cardboard into the wheel or whatever to get it to stop. I was just like, oh my god, this isn't what I signed up for. What
Yeah.
the hell is happening? We other than that though, it actually went super smooth. It was fine. I just enjoy because I'm a fan originally or whatever. So
Sure.
being able to go to tournaments, I remember a long time ago, and I was always just kind of like over the watching third person, just how they're playing or whatever. So I did enjoy it. It was quite fun being able to just watch them play for a little bit. I did enjoy that.
We locked you back there in that room. So we had this one room for the players, and then we had one
They
room.
didn't lock me in.
We locked you in, yeah. Complete with like
I
the
could
handcuffs, orange jumpsuit, the whole deal. Then we had a final room that we put catering in, and then we used that the day before for the photo shoot for the players.
Yeah.
So we had those rooms, and then the final part was we had there's companies you can pay that will come and laminate the walls and the staircases with the branding for the tournament.
Yeah.
And once we had the PCs set up and the laminate on the wall and the caster desk, we had like got a truck. We drove that across town and said, I was like, oh, it's an esports event.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just looked so much better when all of a sudden everything
Yeah.
just starts to come into place. The screen, finally we get the screen working and
Yeah.
get the game on the screen. We're just like, oh my god, like this looks legit.
Yeah, it was weird because that's what we were going for, and then it happened, and I'm like, oh fuck,
We did it.
oh fuck,
This is us.
this is actually us. So that was very cool.
Yeah.
To experience that. And then, so I was freaking out for like the whole day before was sort of weird for me because we're getting things set up and I'm just like ready for, I don't know. I'm catastrophizing.
Yeah.
I'm not as anxious as I was when I was younger, but I'm a fairly anxious person. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, we're going to like start the tournament and like the fucking screen with the audience there is going to not turn on.
Yeah.
Or, something's going to happen. The internet won't work for some reason here.
Yeah.
Even though this is a literally an esports venue where you have to have internet.
The only thing that's supposed to work
Yes,
is the internet.
yes. So I was nervous the day before, and then we had the day when it started. And what was weird about that is we have a live audience coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's, you're seeing people that have either bought a ticket locally or bought a ticket and flown in. And so then there's the fact that you see these people who are like giving you their time.
Which we also don't know. We had no idea how many people would actually show up.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
we
the
should
other
talk
thing.
about that for
Which
a
is
second.
like, so
That was a whole...
What a strange thing to like just be like, well, surely people are going to want to watch this tournament, right? But
Yeah.
then you also are like, do they know it's happening? Like, are people actually going to come here? Like,
one thing to improve this is we need to get the message out there a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
This specifically, not even just the live venue thing, but like ticket sales and advertising. I knew that some people would come, but I do feel like our tournament is still like kind of off the radar.
Yeah.
Unless you're like on Team Liquid or on Reddit every day. And the reality is most people that are, even people that follow StarCraft, are not on those sites.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on Team Liquid hardly ever.
Yeah.
And this is like my whole life. This is like what I do. Granted, I get my news in other ways because I work here, but like, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that most of the time people find stuff on Twitch or they find stuff on YouTube. So how are they going to find out about our tournament? I think it'll help as our tournament grows, which I'm sure it will. But yeah, we like, first of all, with ticket sales, how much do you sell a ticket for?
Mm-hmm.
What is fair? And then also we need to like make money to pay for the venue's expensive.
Yeah.
By the way, the cost of doing an offline event is so much more, which I knew, but like when you're actually looking at the numbers, you're like, fuck. Okay. So yeah, we want to have the tickets. It needs to come in. Can it this help pay off that amount?
Mm-hmm.
So we did, I think it was $30 tickets for standard, right?
I think it was 30 and then 150 for VIP?
150, I think, for VIP. Couple takeaways from that. First of all, well, this is a funny part. First of all, people don't buy tickets the second it comes out, at least not for our tournament. So I like put the tickets online, and then it was like 6 people bought them, and then like nothing for like 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, there's gonna be 6 people coming. So I was so nervous. And then like over the next couple days, I'm like, oh, okay, people are buying stuff. There was a couple people that sniped it right away. VIP
So
tickets
funny.
sold really well.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was interesting because those sold out immediately.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, it is kind of weird how like the people that wanted to come like immediately knowing that they were going to be here just took the VIP tickets just immediately.
Well, I think there's two. So you have people who are here. First of all, there's obviously the financial situation. What can you afford
right.
to do? What can, what makes sense for you? And when you're a super fan of something, I think you'll spend more money because it's important to you. Like Linkin Park came to Korea.
Yeah.
And did you ever listen to Linkin Park?
Yeah.
Okay, so like it's great StarCraft music. First of all, I love playing StarCraft to Linkin Park. And when they came to Korea, like the tickets were like so expensive. It must have been like $700.
It was that much?
Yeah. Well,
Holy
there's this whole
shit.
world where like tickets are getting for music events are
Yeah.
getting very expensive. But I was like, okay, well this is they're in Korea. When are they going to be here again?
Yeah.
I'll spend that money, right? But yeah, for an average person, they're not going to spend that kind of money. But yeah, for the VIP experience, it's like, there's for some people this is really important, and they're already buying a plane ticket.
Yeah.
So look at the VIP thing. So I think we might expand VIP seats. And then for the regular seats, I wanted something that like if you can afford, if you have a job, what is a fair amount of money to charge you? And so that's what we went with. We might increase the standard prices a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. We got to kind of play it out by ear. I also want to give the VIP experience more. But that whole process of like selling tickets, we sold a lot. Interestingly, some, especially with Korean fans, some only show up for certain players.
Yeah. That's the interesting thing about StarCraft.
Yeah, so day 1 was more full than day 2.
Yeah, which is not what we
That's Korean
expected.
StarCraft.
Yeah.
That's not like if you go to a European event, because I've done tons of those multiple day events. The same people that were there on day 1 are there on day 4.
Exactly.
They don't stop watching the tournament because some player lost.
Yeah,
But
they just want to watch StarCraft. But some
Yeah.
of the Korean fans, especially here, they only watch Maru. They only watch Shin or whatever.
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they don't have to come the second day, but
Yeah.
I thought that was an
We should
interesting.
just put posters of their favorite players up anyway so they can come the next day and just pretend that they're still in the tournament.
Yeah, it was. So that was a learning experience. And then for me, just seeing people come in right when it was kind of like surreal. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is like the culmination of all of our work.
Yeah.
Is here.
People are
showing up.
actually wanting to watch us live in person. Like,
yeah.
It was,
And
it was pretty cool.
And if things go bad, they're going to see us freak out in person. So, yeah, I mean, that was cool. It reminds me of when I first came out here and I got the GOM TV StarCraft 1 event, the Avertech Intel Classic. And like we advertised on Team Liquid, and I was solo casting at the time. And our studio was built inside of a middle school.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I didn't know
we had
that.
some deal with like this. I think it was like the government paid for it, but
Wow.
the kids would use the studio to learn how production equipment
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like they have classes in there.
Yeah.
And then in the evening we would run
Mm-hmm.
the tournament out of there. So I used
That's
to walk
crazy.
into a middle school like a grown man, like just walking into a middle school, like totally normal, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I drive my ice cream truck down there and pull up. Yeah. So yeah, I would walk into a middle school
That's so
for
funny.
work
I
in
had
the evening.
no idea.
This
it was
is
in middle
like
school.
yeah, forever ago out here.
All the kids in there probably like, oh, look at this English teacher. That's weird. I've never heard. I've
Dude,
never
sometimes
seen
there'd
him
be
in my
kids in
English
an
class.
after-school program playing basketball, and they'd watch me. I would take the ball like Biff and back to the future and like throw it on the roof.
Just fucking
Yeah.
just throw it at some
Yeah.
kid's face. Here, take this, you piece of shit.
So, I would So what was I saying? Oh, so when I would go to the studio then, eventually we had advertised the StarCraft 1 event, and then there'd be like a couple foreigners showing up. And it would be weird because I'd be getting ready at the casting desk, and I'd be like, that guy's not Korean.
He knows who I am and can hear and understand me.
It's a white kid with a fedora on. He's from Team Liquid. No, but seriously, I would see these people come in and be like, oh my God, it's happening. And then over time, we had more and more people come down there. And then obviously StarCraft 2 came out and everything got a lot bigger. But then, yeah, it was the same kind of feeling like, okay, people are coming down. This is very cool.
Yeah.
And I'm super happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm really glad everything went. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it went well.
Offline event went well.
I think it's gonna be cool to see like what we can do into this next year as well. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of excited to just keep seeing what we can do with this amazing tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've learned a lot. I want to see, what exactly can be improved. I want to try to get more stuff going on the back end. I want to try to get more going with sponsors and try to make more connections with that. And yeah, I think maybe a couple of format adjustments and kind of get the timeline laid out. And yeah, I mean, I think the hard part is out of the way.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So-
Like we said before, we can kind of just come on in, turn everything on, and it just kind of runs itself almost. So
Yeah.
we've definitely we've gone past all the cracks in the road a little bit now. We're all paved and nice and smooth, and I don't know, things are looking good for the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're just driving our Zamboni machine up and down.
Just putting some new ice on
now
the
we're just
thing.
mowing the lawn. It's just- all the grass is grown in.
Blow all the leaves away.
Yeah, but thank you guys for supporting us.
Yeah.
This has been great. I guess our light went out, by the way.
Yes, it did a little bit a while ago. I saw it go off when you were
All right.
talking.
That's one of the things we're going to work on for next year. Is that light will be plugged in the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
anyways,
We're gonna, I think, cut it here. We'll do a little extra bit for the Patreon only.
Sure.
We just got a couple like Patreon questions.
if you're
and
not on the
stuff like that.
Patreon, sign up.
Yeah.
It's how we're able to do this.
Yeah, you can submit questions if you're a siege tank or above, I believe, and we will answer them. So whatever you want, you can answer, you can ask, and we will answer it into this next section. So if you are not on the Patreon, I don't know where I'm looking. There we go. If you're not on the Patreon, go do that. I think I still looked at the wrong camera.
Well, you're
It's that
looking at
one.
yourself.
There we
yeah,
go.
there you go.
Sorry, I thought it was the camera above it. There's so many cameras on this thing. Anyways, go on the Patreon and see the rest of this thing, and yeah, we'll see you there if you are going to do that. Cool.